This is no ordinary travelogue, folks. This time we're not scaling Everest or trekking through the Amazon. We're venturing into the heart of darkness, exploring places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. These are the spots that send chills down your spine, where whispers of forgotten tragedies linger in the air. So buckle up, keep your wits about you, and prepare to be spooked. We're diving headfirst into 15 tourist spots so terrifying you'll hardly believe they exist. Deep in the mountainous region of the Philippines, the air grows heavy, not just with humidity, but with the weight of centuries-old tradition. Here, the cliffs of Sagada hold a secret. Wedged into the rock face are coffins, suspended hundreds of feet above the ground. These are no ordinary graves. They belong to the Igorot people, who for generations have practiced this unique burial ritual. Imagine hauling the bodies of your loved ones up these sheer rock faces, a final act of reverence. The higher the coffin, the closer they are to heaven, so the belief goes. It's a breathtaking sight, a stark reminder of our own mortality and the lengths to which we go to honor the dead. Beneath the City of Lights, Paris, lies a chilling secret, a labyrinth of tunnels stretching for miles, housing the remains of over 6 million souls. These are the Catacombs of Paris, a subterranean ossuary, a stark reminder of the city's mortality. Imagine walking through these dimly lit tunnels, the air thick with the dust of ages, the walls lined with countless bones, stacked high like macabre firewood. Skulls stare back at you with empty sockets, femurs and tibias arranged in intricate patterns. It's a sobering experience, a visceral reminder of our own mortality. We're venturing into the heart of a disaster zone, a place frozen in time. This is Chernobyl, Ukraine, the site of one of the world's worst nuclear disasters. The year was 1986, when a reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded, spewing radiation across Europe. The city of Pripyat, once a bustling community, was evacuated overnight, leaving behind a chilling ghost town. Imagine walking through deserted streets, the silence broken only by the wind whistling through broken windows. School desks sit empty, toys lay scattered on apartment floors, remnants of lives interrupted. It's a stark reminder of the devastating power of nature and the fragility of human existence. At the base of Mount Fuji in Japan lies a forest shrouded in myth and sorrow. This is Aokigahara, a place where sunlight struggles to penetrate the dense canopy, casting an eerie silence over the forest floor. It's known as the suicide forest, a place where many come to end their lives, lost in despair. Imagine walking through the trees, the silence almost deafening, broken only by the crunch of leaves beneath your feet. It's a somber experience, a reminder of the darkness that can consume the human spirit. But it's also a place of profound beauty, a stark contrast that makes it all the more unsettling. Just south of Mexico City, nestled among the canals of Xochimilco, lies a small island with a dark secret. This is Isla de las Muñecas, the island of the dolls. Legend has it that a caretaker, haunted by the spirit of a drowned girl, began hanging dolls in the trees as a way to appease her. Over time, the island became a macabre spectacle, with hundreds of decaying dolls strung up among the branches. Imagine navigating the canals, the air thick with the smell of stagnant water, the only sound the rustle of leaves and the creak of old plastic. It's a deeply unsettling sight, these blank eyes staring out from the trees, their limbs twisted at unnatural angles. Deep in the Karakum Desert of Turkmenistan lies a site that seems ripped straight from the pages of Dante's Inferno. This is the Darvaza gas crater, better known as the Door to Hell. In 1971, Soviet geologists drilling for natural gas accidentally punctured a cavern, causing the ground to collapse. To prevent the spread of poisonous methane gas, they decided to set it ablaze, thinking it would burn off in a few weeks. They were wrong. The inferno has been raging ever since, a fiery chasm in the earth, visible for miles around. Imagine standing on the edge, the heat scorching your face, the roar of the flames deafening. It's a raw display of nature's power, a reminder that we are but visitors in this world. In the Venetian lagoon, shrouded in mist and legend, lies Poveglia Island. For centuries, it served as a quarantine zone for plague victims, a place where the sick were sent to die. The island's soil is said to be composed of 50% human ash, a testament to the countless souls who perished here. Imagine stepping ashore, the silence broken only by the lapping of waves against the crumbling buildings. The air hangs heavy with the weight of suffering, the ghosts of the past lingering like a fog. It's no wonder Poveglia is considered one of the most haunted places in the world. Nestled high in the Colorado Rockies stands the Grand Stanley Hotel, an imposing structure with a dark side. This is the hotel that inspired Stephen King's iconic horror novel, The Shining, and it's said to be just as haunted as its fictional counterpart. Guests have reported strange noises, cold spots, and even apparitions in the hallways. Imagine spending the night in room 217, the very room that terrified Stephen King, the air thick with anticipation and dread. Will you encounter the ghosts of children playing in the corridors, or hear the phantom sounds of a party long over? Deep beneath the bustling streets of Palermo, Sicily, lies a secret so macabre it rivals even the Catacombs of Paris. These are the Capuchin catacombs, home to over 8,000 mummified corpses, dressed in their finest clothes. Imagine descending into the cool, damp air, the smell of decay clinging to your nostrils. You'll find yourself face to face with the deceased, their skeletal grins frozen in time. Monks, nuns, even children preserved through a unique process stand in their final repose. It's a haunting reminder of our own mortality, a museum of death unlike any other. The rusted Ferris wheel stands frozen against the skyline, a haunting symbol of a childhood cut short. This is the Pripyat amusement park, just a stone's throw from the Chernobyl disaster site. It was set to open just days after the explosion, but instead stands as a silent monument to the tragedy. Imagine the bumper cars gathering dust, the merry-go-round, frozen mid-spin, the laughter of children replaced by the eerie silence of the wind. It's a chilling reminder of the day joy died, a place where time stands still. Deep in the heart of Transylvania, Romania, lies a forest so shrouded in mystery, it's been dubbed the Bermuda Triangle of Romania. This is Hoia Baciu Forest, a place where compasses spin wildly, and people claim to experience strange phenomena. Imagine venturing into the woods, the trees twisted into unnatural shapes, the air thick with an oppressive silence. Local legends speak of UFO sightings, time distortions, and unexplained disappearances. Is it something in the air, or just our imaginations running wild? Perched on the slopes of the Skirrid Mountain in Wales stands the Skirrid Mountain Inn, a pub steeped in history, but also in darkness. Dating back to the 12th century, it's one of the oldest pubs in Wales, and also one of the most haunted. Imagine sipping a pint in the very room where countless souls were sentenced to death by hanging centuries ago. The inn is said to be home to over 180 spirits, their restless souls drawn back to the scene of their demise. Standing sentinel on the banks of the River Thames, the Tower of London is more than just a historic fortress. It's a repository of secrets, intrigue, and bloodshed. For centuries, it's served as a prison, execution site, and royal residence, witnessing some of the most gruesome chapters in English history. Imagine walking through the tower's chambers, where Anne Boleyn spent her final days, or the spot where the young princes are said to have been murdered. The tower is said to be haunted by a host of historical figures, their presence felt in cold spots, strange noises, and even full-bodied apparitions. Draped in Spanish moss and shrouded in legend, the Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana is considered one of America's most haunted homes. Built in 1796, it's seen its fair share of tragedy, from tales of poisoned lovers to the brutal murders of a family. Imagine standing in the room where Chloe, a slave girl, is said to have been murdered, her spirit forever bound to the plantation. Visitors have reported seeing her reflection in mirrors, hearing the rustle of her dress, and feeling her presence in the icy chill that sweeps through the house. Beneath the bustling streets of Edinburgh, Scotland, lies a hidden world, shrouded in darkness and mystery. These are the Edinburgh Vaults, a series of chambers built into the arches of the South Bridge. In the 18th century, they housed the city's poorest residents, a warren of squalor and despair. Imagine navigating the narrow passageways, the air thick with the dampness of the earth and the weight of untold stories. The vaults are said to be haunted by the spirits of those who lived and died here. Their presence felt in sudden drops in temperature, disembodied voices, and the overwhelming sense of being watched. So there you have it, 15 terrifying tourist spots that send chills down your spine. Would you dare to spend a night in a haunted hotel, walk through a forest of the dead, or explore the ruins of a nuclear wasteland? Remember, the world is full of mysteries, some more unsettling than others. But it's in these dark corners, in these places where fear mingles with fascination, that we truly discover the depths of human experience. And maybe, just maybe, something about ourselves. Stay curious, stay adventurous, but most importantly, stay safe out there.